this is a couple of battles slash update thing, yeah. Okay, right, update. Let's get that out of the way. Since I don't like the first battle, it pissed me off, it really annoyed me, but whatever. I did get impossible creatures, but, it doesn't work. Which pissed me off to no end, because I have a really, really, really old, Italian job game. The graphic, like, everything is made out, like, the buildings are just massive polygons. It's quite funny. But it works flawlessly. Like, I put the disc in, it loaded fine, perfectly, it was fantastic. I played that and I enjoyed it to bits. Unfortunately, Impossible Creatures, despite being a Microsoft-produced game, it seems with Windows 7 they have fucked up the backwards compatibility a bit. Shit. And it doesn't want to work. So, trying to find a workaround for that. Maybe, might be able to get it to work, I don't know. If not, I'm going to have to go get an emulator, and that's a whole different kettle of fish that I will have to dive into, and I'm not entirely sure if I can be able to do it right now. But that's the Impossible Creatures front. I reckon I can get it to work, but we will see. I will probably need a combination of my dad, who works, like, in computer tech, and Kote, since Kote is God, and he's pretty good with computers. Anyway, this battle pissed me off, as I said, because he brings in Cloister after some other crap I don't really care about, and, he proceeds to sweep most of my team with Cloister. Really, really frustrating. Now, I could have switched anywhere, really, but the thing is, I don't know what his water move is. If it's Hydro Pump, I'm pretty much boned. I don't know, I think he gets Aqua Jet. He kills me with one Icicle Spear, which is just like, that's power. So I'm alright, I'm gonna go into Gyarados. Gyarados would be cool, I'm gonna, he's gonna Icicle Spear, and he's gonna get crit. I would have lived, I reckon, with a teeny-weeny bit of HP, just slightly, and got a Stone Edge off. Whether it would have killed, entirely different thing, but whatever. I'm gonna go into Terry, because I'm gonna rape this Cloister. I live all 5. Counter... Yeah. Counter... It only yeah, I was pissed. It only counters the last Icicle Spear. I know it makes sense, but fuck off. Really? That's just frustrating. I'm sorry, it should just counter the full amount of fucking damage. No, that really pissed me off. Friggin' Terry tanks the hit and then just, like, gets dumped on by crappy mechanics. It makes sense, it's just annoying to me. I'd rather it just countered all 5. I mean, like this game is logical. Oh well. There, I go into Heatran, he goes into Chomp, I knew he would. It kind of came down to, is he Scarfed or is he SD? Turns out he's SD. If I'd have gone HP Ice with my Tran, this game might have been really different. But the thing, I don't know, I kind of needed my Tran. He had like a Tornadus, and a Thunderous, I'm assuming, Therian. So I kind of needed the Tran, and I wasn't prepared to make the gamble, and the gamble didn't pay off, so there you go. Now this battle is absolutely just better. Just, yes. Well, from my point of view, not from the other person's. The person was quite a good battler. And there's quite a bit of funky, intricate play, which I did enjoy, but yeah, we'll get to that. Anyway, person is using a Meloetta. Wow. Why did that take so long? I think that's, what, the 3rd Meloetta I've seen in frickin' ages. Thinking about it, this is the first battle I've had in ages. Like I say, been trying to fuck around with Impossible Creatures all day, and I wanted a break, and battles are a good way of killing time. I know this guy wants me to battle him. I'll get right on that. I know it's on Pokemon Showdown. I'm still trying to work shit out. I have quite a few things on my plate. That said, I am battling right here, but there you go. I think the other thing is, it's a lot more of a pain in the arse to battle on Showdown. I don't know. Because I tried to battle in a few people through YouTube, and it's just like, you send a message, and you might not get one back for ages. It's just like, Anyway, you're going to lead off with, Whimsicott, Sheepy Fiend, yes, Sheepy Fiend, Whimsicott. He's going to go sub, and I'm just going to U-turn straight. I'm so glad I broke the sub. Oh, God, yes. And now I'm going to go into Heatran. I'm thinking, hey, I'm just going to sub, and hope he subs. And he subs. I'm like, fuck yes, haha, you can't do anything to me now. Unfortunately, since I haven't played in a fucking long time, I knew it had Taunt, and that's the one I was afraid it would go for. However, sub and then he encores, and I'm like, ah, you rotten git. Ah, that changes proceedings. Well, sort of, a little bit. As it turns, I was kind of thinking, alright, what the fuck can this thing do to me? Even though I am locked into sub, I can still sit here. I'm not phased. And then he started to show his Giga Drain. I'm like, this could take a while. So that's, yeah, I'm going to sit here till my encore runs out, and, you know, I'm going to go for a lava bloom again. I mean, come on, this thing is going to have to sit here for just years. And I don't think Giga Drain has very much PP, very much, you know, in the way of it, so... Unless they upgraded that as well. I know they upgraded the move. I don't know if they upgraded the PP, because I remember in the last games, Giga Drain was just shit. Anyway, still kind of hammering away here. He's going to go for another encore. Again, I kind of figured that would happen. There isn't much I can do about that. But here I'm thinking, alright, he's noticed he ain't getting anywhere. We're both pretty much at full. I'm just going to switch. I reckon he will as well. I'm not particularly afraid regardless, because I'm locked into, you know, sub. So even if he did switch, I'd just keep subbing until I can get an attack off or a roar off, so whatever. But I think, hey, it's going to Rachi. Rachi's good. And he goes into the Archeodon. Someone used a good nickname. And I was like, yes! Yes! More people need to use Archeodon. But we're both going to take a turn to set up Stealth Rocks, which seems kind of bizarre, because if he'd just gone to Espeon, he gets Stealth Rocks up, I don't. So, kind of iffy on that. Unless it was a synchronized Espeon, like good people use. But I'm just going to go for a wish, see what it wants to do. It's going to go for a light screen. I'm like, okay, it's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm not worried. So, yeah, well, I'm a little bit worried. It shuts down some of my shit. Some. But now he's going to switch out, and he's going to go into his Chompy. And I'm like, ah ha ha ha, will you turn out, sir? And I believe this is the perfect time to drop the Terry bomb. Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go into Terry, after setting up a wish, I'm going to get back up to full HP, and I'm going to sit here, and I don't know what it is. I think... I was really perplexed. Either this person watches my videos, or they have the mystical ability to realise that Terry has counter and a Shuckerberry. Because this person switches out, and I'm like, what? What? That is the most godly piece of prediction ever. How? So, I'll put your name in the video title. If you do watch my vids, then just tell me, because that was astounding. I was sitting there picking my jaw up off the floor, because I was like, how the fuck did you predict that? Unless Terry is like most feared OU poke ever in the time that I've been gone. Because that just perplexed the fuck out of me. Anyway, I'm going to go Dynamic Punch, and I hit it, and I'm like, oh yes, Terry, you beast. Doing work, because you're Terry. No one can compete with you. Ah. But, I'm slightly worried. I see no lefties, and I'm thinking, please, just, God, don't be a T-Wave Kiss. I can't be fucking bothered. So I'm going to go into Heatran, and he hits himself twice, and I'm like, oh god, it's so nice to hack a Togekiss for a fucking change. Oh god, I hate that thing. Oh dear. I'm assuming Scarfed. That's just what I reckon, because you can get Air Slash and Extra Sensory, I think. If that takes your fancy, I don't see why you'd want it. It's got exactly the same resistances as Air Slash, but yeah, he hits himself twice, and I'm with Heatran, and I'm doing, like, the jig of joy until I roar him, and yes. Now I'm not jigging. Oh god, I'm not jigging. Now, I was kind of hoping he'd go into Whimsicott, trying to get me on the sub, and I'd just be like, haha, sucker. But, in comes this chump, which is bad, as I'm sure you can understand. And, yeah. Now, this might look like a retarded play. I know I have a chomp of my own, but if his chomp is... Oh, if he predicts the chomp and goes Declaw, I am done. Because, like last battle, I have nothing to outspeed a chomp short of chomp. So, yeah. And Reflect was up, which I actually took into account. Oh my god. So I just sat Rachi, and I'm thinking, alright, I'm going to go into Terry again. Go on, make the play. I will force you to make the play. I will force you out. Terry is forcing out Garchops like it's his fucking job. I do enjoy that. Sending a weird poison blob into a giant ground dragon, and the person with the ground dragon's like, oh, fuck that, I ain't dealing with Terry. I ain't messing with that shit. But, after he switches to Bronzong again, I'm like, okay, fuck this, let's just go to Gyarados. I don't care anymore. Now, this is the bit I like the most, because this is really, like, after the last battle, I was fucking angry. This stupid friggin' vagina cloister just sweeps half my team, and then I get wrecked, because I tried to pick a 50-50 split on what Garchomp set it would be. So I'm like, right, I'm going to do this properly. I'm going to get a DD up once. I knew Reflect was about to wear off. So I'm just going to go, you know, I figured I have a chance to get a DD, see what his last move is. Now I'm going to go for a Taunt to stop him from reflecting. So now he's seen I've got Taunt, but he thinks I'm going to DD again, so he's going to go into Whimsicott. And I'm thinking, aha, I'm just going to Waterfall, because I know you have the Whimsicott. I know that if you want to try and Giga Drain me to death, it's not happening, alright? Gyarados is powerful enough that at +1, it does a relatively solid amount of damage. So, if he wants to sit there and Encore or sub, whatever the fuck he's got, I can just quite happily sit here Waterfall him. Nothing I've seen is particularly happy taking a Waterfall. So I'll just keep going. There's nothing wrong with that. He's going to Encore me. That's perfect. I'm more than happy with that. Now, thanks to lefties, that's going to put him just at the point where he will live another Waterfall. But again, that's fine. I'm cycling out the Encore turns. I'm still getting health back at the moment. So he's going to go Giga Drain. And he's seen that this is a losing battle. And because I don't have Intimidate, this is one situation where Moxie fucking helps. Again, still prefer Intimidate. I'd say, you know, with a major sweeper on your team, I'd rather play it safe. So, you know, kind of bulky multi-scale D-Knight over offensive, you know, DD1, whatever. You know what I'm getting at. So I'd still prefer Intimidate, but here it helps out. Like say, now this Bronzong's here, and this is the best play. He has to predict either a Taunt or a DD. I go DD, he goes Gyro Ball predicting the Taunt, and I'm like, that's it, it's over. That's done. I outspeed your Chomp if it is Scarfed. It's over. And I was just like, inside I was just like, yes! Oh, felt so good! It's now Waterfall. It's over. If he'd have gone Reflect, it might have been a bit closer, because I would have still killed it, but I'd be at a limit of +4 as opposed to +6. Maybe he had something to take that. I don't know. Maybe Chomp could. Maybe. I don't know. But it would have been a bit more. It would have been a bit different. Because if he'd gone into Chomp, if I'd have only gotten one Moxie boost, if I was at +3 when he got a Reflect up, his Chomp would have lived. So it would have been kind of intricate and a bit funkier, and I'd have to dick around a bit more. But because he went Gyro Ball, predicting the Taunt, which is a perfectly fine play, I mean, he had a 50-50 split, just like I did in the last battle, but it didn't pay off for him, so. Like I say, he's going to Encore me, I don't know why, he's got literally nothing to do at this point. And I can sit here, mashing Waterfall. I usually fucking hate sweeps, but after that last battle where a freaking Cloyster swept me, I was like, fuck yes, I am fucking winning this. Oh, god damn. See, Gyarados, guys, when the Hack's got his pisses off, and when my brain actually decides to work, you can't beat it. You cannot beat the perfection that is Gyarados. Anyway, this person decides to run, and that is good game to both of you. I think the first one was against TODODES, the second one was against, I don't fucking know, I'll put it in the title. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Still working on Possible Creatures, and I'll get round to that. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace!